France, Britain and other countries say they'll send ships to the Strait of Hormuz, and that headline tells you everything you need to know about where the world's attention is right now. 4 months, a coalition quietly assembled by France and Britain has been on standby, waiting for the right moment to move into one of the most strategically critical waterways on the planet. That moment may finally be here. European nations are now poised to deploy ships into the Strait of Hormuz to protect global shipping, but with one important condition: they want to be convinced the new US-Iran ceasefire is actually going to hold. Here's where things stand on the ground, or rather, on the water. Italian minesweepers are already stationed off Djibouti in East Africa. A German minesweeper and a support ship are sitting in the eastern Mediterranean. France's nuclear-powered aircraft carrier is just a 2 or 3 day sail from the Strait. And Britain has already positioned its destroyer, the Dragon, in the region, ready to move. French President Emmanuel Macron put it plainly Monday morning, saying France and Britain are ready to act very quickly and that they would do everything necessary to ensure shipping of oil and other goods can resume without fear of attacks or tolls. That word tolls is where things get complicated. Macron himself flagged the bigger picture: if we charge a toll every time, what will the consequence be? You'll drive up prices for the entire world. And almost immediately, Iran pushed back. An Iranian foreign ministry spokesman challenged Trump's claim that the Strait would be permanently toll-free, saying that while Iran isn't seeking transit tolls, fees would still be charged for services provided. That's a distinction that sounds diplomatic but may carry significant consequences. At the G7 summit opening Monday in Avion-les-Bains, France, European leaders made clear they're watching this ceasefire very carefully before committing their forces. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said her country is ready to contribute to an international naval presence, but subject to parliamentary authorization. Italy's defense minister was even more blunt: minesweepers can't defend themselves, he said, and no country should send them in unless it's absolutely certain no one will attack them. On the broader European diplomatic front, officials in Luxembourg were also discussing Operation Aspides, the EU mission launched in early 2024 to protect ships in the Red Sea from Houthi attacks. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas said Aspides will stay focused on the Red Sea, while the Franco-German coalition handles the Strait of Hormuz, calling the two operations complementary. Sanctions on Iran are also on the table. The EU says real, verifiable change must happen before any sanctions relief, while Germany says it's open to lifting them if Iran complies, but only with full EU approval. What we're watching unfold is a delicate, high-stakes choreography: European military assets hovering just outside one of the world's most critical oil choke points, waiting for a diplomatic signal that it's safe enough to sail in, while the very ceasefire that's supposed to make that possible is already showing its first cracks.